Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the FearFans podcast. I'm your host, Don Elmy, and with me tonight is Tom Nally from This Is Tom's World. Nick will be joining us soon. He's had a bit of an emergency going on, but yeah, that's why we got a little bit delayed. So yeah, tonight we got a pretty crazy show for you. We're covering what is arguably the craziest movie that's been released this year, and it is Cocaine Bear, it is an anti-drug PSA that is disguised as a horror comedy.
It is totally crazy. This movie, I mean, I don't know. Like I was a little let down on the gore factor. I will say that.
Yeah.
I mean, I expected this thing to be like totally gory.
Oh, you were expecting more gore, huh?
Yeah. But I mean, it was still good because it was like Ray Liotta's last movie, and I mean, he did a great job in the movie itself, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I see.
I
It was just,
expected more from it.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, it was just a crazy one for him to go out on.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. Oh, we got here. Let me get to the comments. Hey, Leon, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. And hey, Nikki, good to see you. And hey, Sarah, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you for referring to us as gentlemen. I'm just saying.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so Cocaine Bear was released early this year, directed by Elizabeth Banks, which I'm guessing she's like transitioning from like acting to directing now, because I remember she directed, I believe, the newest Charlie's Angels movie a few years back. Yeah, because I was used to seeing her acting, because she was Effie Trinket in the Hunger Games movies. She was, as far as horror, she was the main girl in Slither, that James Gunn movie before he went to make MCU superhero stuff. Yeah, that was her.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Oh yeah, so she's been all over the place, and but this, and I tell you, this movie is like it's loosely based on a true story of a bear that, yeah, very loosely in Georgia, where wait, here I got to respond to a message. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, it's based on a true story like back in 1985 when like anti-drug was at an all-time high. Where there was a drug runner by the name of Thornton who had flown a plane full of cocaine, and it was he had to lighten the plane in order to because you put too much weight in a plane, it causes issues, right? So he started emptying the cocaine from Kentucky down to Georgia, and as he did so, he was like jumping from the plane. I'm guessing like his chute didn't open. I know it was depicted differently in the film. Like he just hit his head and like went down.
Yeah, he totally did. It was like actually the funniest part of the movie. To be honest, like he went to jump out and he was like, boom.
Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. Oh wait, hang on. Is this on? I don't know if this is being broadcasted to my Facebook page yet. Hang on one second. It shouldn't be doing that. Here's what I can do. No, not invite. I gotta remember how to send this. Here.
I mean, worst case scenario, you could just share the link.
Here, I just sent it to my Facebook. Hang on. I don't know why it did that. That's odd. Yeah, but anyway, so as this cocaine was dropped down, it found its way into some forest preserves, like national parks, things like that. And in Georgia, there in the Chattahoochee Park, there was a black bear that ingested one of the cocaine bags, and then it overdosed within an hour. And this film goes way beyond that. It's
easily.
Oh yeah, it's depicts the bear like high on cocaine, just on a rampage, out to get more.
Like even the cubs are like rolling around in the cocaine and stuff.
Yeah, you find out later that this bear is female and it has cubs of its own, and it's bringing cocaine to its cubs. And I'm just like, oh my god.
And they're like, they look like polar bears.
Yeah, they do. They with all that covering them. I'm just like, oh jeez. I'm like, is this like, did they really go there? Like, it's like feeding your drug habit to your children. Oh man. So yeah, overall, like I said, this is anti-drug. That's what this whole movie is.
You wouldn't
And
think that though, watching it.
no. Oh man. But well, I don't know why this is not. I mean, I don't know
It's
what this is
just
not going live.
it's so sad that it was Ray Liotta's like last movie though. It's
Oh yeah,
I
he
mean
has done
to
great.
go out on that like with the character he played in it. Like I don't know. I think he could have gone out on a bigger note. You know,
I think he could have on a bigger note. Yeah, but he has been in greater films than this, such as let's see,
oh yeah,
he was in The Goodfellas. I remember that.
oh
Let's see,
Goodfellas.
Yeah,
He was what was the character's name in Goodfellas? Oh
what
my
was it? Because I
God,
haven't seen that movie in ages.
I know me me either. And wait, what is for as long as I can remember, I always wanted to be a good fella.
Oh, Operation Dumbo Drop.
Was he
Oh
in
man.
that?
Oh, the movie was based on something that happened. Oh, it was near you, Sarah. Huh. Wow. So yeah, down in Georgia. I see.
So
Yeah,
it's
like
all your fault. This movie. That's what you were saying.
thought it was the Appalachian Mountains. Yeah, it might have been close by to there because yeah, I've driven through Georgia before, but the only place I drove through was like basically swampland. Yeah, but yeah, like it was but yeah, Georgia, it's a pretty great state. I'm more familiar with Florida though. Another great one. But let's see. Cocaine or not, he still remember she still remember Peter kids.
Oh, Henry Hill.
Oh man.
Henry Hill. That was the name.
Henry Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodfellas.
Oh yeah, good.
I had to
Oh, that
look it
was
up.
him. Oh yeah, that was him. Okay.
And that was based on a real character as well.
Wow. It's crazy how art just imitates life. It really is.
It sure is.
Yeah, sometimes they find the most insane way to do it, as this film demonstrates. But yeah, I got that smuggler's name. In case you're wondering, Andrew C. Thornton II. He was a officer turned drug smuggler who, when he flew that plane, he like I said, he distributed. He just threw out that cocaine and then just, you know, his body was found. Yeah, like his chute had failed to open. So, and they had.
I think they actually said that name in the movie. And
Yep.
and the chick had said, "Well, what does C stand for?" Because you said full name was Andrew C. whatever, and you didn't say what the full name was, and they never said it.
Let me find it. Andrew C. Thornton. Oh, here, Andrew C. Thornton II. They list him as American policeman. I'm like, not at the time of his death, he wasn't.
Well,
Oh, here,
what was
Carter.
the C?
It was for Carter.
Oh, Carter.
Okay. Andrew Carter Thornton II.
See that we did more looking into this than they did in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, and so yeah, Andrew C. Thornton was a real person, and that's so that along with the cocaine of the bear dying from an overdose, that was the real story. Nobody, the bear didn't actually kill anybody, and apparently the bear is like on display. Let me find it. Cocaine bear display. They have it. They put clothes on it, like a hat on it or something. Hang on.
Made it like Paddington Bear.
Sometimes they call it Kogi Bear. I'm just like, oh wow. But here I found it.
Hey, boo boo.
Like, you remember that scene where the paramedic was pinned onto the under the door, the bear was like on top of him and roaring in his
Yeah.
face. That was just them. I think that was just the bear. I think that was just the bear's way of saying, "Where are the picnic baskets?"
I don't know where they are. All right, listen.
Let's see.
Get
Hold on.
off of me right now. Okay.
Let me just open the link. I found it. Let's see. Right now it says currently the bear is living his best life. Yeah, I doubt that. I doubt that very much. I won't. Hold on. Okay, here. Let me just share. I can zoom in on this because it's not showing the picture here. Here. Present. Share screen. Here it is. Got it. Yeah, so that's Cocaine Bear on display down in at a museum in Kentucky. Down in a museum in Kentucky. That's where it is. So, yeah, they apparently found like a big. They ingested well over a bag's worth of cocaine, more than enough to cause an overdose. So it's just insane. Yeah, it's just insane. Like seeing how in throughout the movie it just kept eating bag after bag after bag, and I'm just like, no way. Like
Yeah.
a bear, that bear should have been dead long before the movie even began. Long before it came across those those two characters in the beginning, that couple, Olaf and Elsa, and yeah. Speaking of those characters, Olaf and Elsa. Now, why does that sound familiar?
Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, I felt like that was like an out of nowhere reference for them to be named that. But
and the dude just, I don't know.
Oh yeah, but
I just wanted.
Frozen. Yeah, of course, exactly. Heart should have exploded. Yeah, of course, that's right. I grew up with that. No, oh no, Nick is going to be on soon, Leon. It's just that he had a bit of an emergency to take care of, but he'll be back. He'll explain what happened.
Can you imagine Paddington Bear on coke?
Oh jeez. Oh man.
That'd be like Winnie the Pooh on coke. Like Winnie the Pooh, the druggie. Hey man, no, listen, man. I want some honey, man.
We are just causing irreversible damage to everybody's childhoods right now.
It's like if Winnie the Pooh was voiced by like Tommy Chong and and Eeyore was like voiced by like Cheech. Hey man, you don't know what's going on, man. Hey no, man, you know what's going on.
Oh man.
You know, I mean, listen, man.
Oh yeah. But like I said, this cocaine bear that's on display here. Remember, this bear. It never killed anybody. I mean, hey, you want to see a display of animals that actually killed people? You come here to Chicago to the Field Museum, where they have the man-eaters of Tsavo. Back in 1898, those two male lions displayed there. They were preying on railroad workers that were building a railway bridge between Kenya and Uganda. And during that time, they had to cease operations because those lions had killed about 135 people. I mean, they were people like those workers being dragged from their tents at night. Those two lions, they were like serial killers.
Yeah, hey, listen, man, I'm a serial killer, man.
Yes, sorry, they did, Sarah. No, you're fine. You're fine. Yes, they did, Sarah. It was The Ghost and the Darkness, released in 1998. It had Val Kilmer, and it also had Michael Douglas. So it was a great movie, better than this one, though. I will say that. It was much more serious.
I will say, with this movie, I was actually let down.
Oh, really?
I expected far more gore in this movie.
Well, Ghost of the Darkness has far more gore.
Oh, no, it definitely does. But like with the cocaine bear, like I expected, like, I don't know. Like I mean, I don't know. I expected to see like people being ripped apart and stuff like that, and it really didn't happen.
Oh, so a punk teen's severed head and a paramedic having his hand broken off wasn't gore enough? Wasn't enough for you?
No. Man. That was nowhere near enough gore. I mean, you got to imagine. I mean, I'm 48 years old, okay, and I lived through the 80s. Mm-hmm. So I got to see all the gory movies of the 80s, and with this, it was just like, it's kind of a letdown. Like for as much as it was hyped up,
right?
It just, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a bad movie by any means. I'm not saying that, but the gore factor could have been hyped up a bit.
Yeah. There have been gorier films. I mean, goriest film I've ever seen, hands down, was Dead Alive. It was that Peter Jackson directed it, and it's what's what they call splatstick comedy meets gore. It's got to be seen to be believed. It's insane.
And then Faces of Death wasn't bad either.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, there's that too. Oh, Nick just got back to me. He said that he's getting his laptop set up now, so he'll be joining us soon.
All right.
Yep. So, yeah, he just got back from a trip. He went to that hotel where Stephen King had stayed at, which inspired him to write the Stephen King to write The Shining. Stanley Hotel.
Yeah.
He did one of his investigations there, and
Wow.
oh man, Stanley Hotel. Like I couldn't. There's no way I'd be able to stay there. Not because of the apparent hauntings or anything, but more because it's like super expensive to stay. That's like meant for the super rich.
All work and no play make Homer something.
Go crazy. Don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I do.
Classic. Yeah, Stanley Hotel. That's right. Oh, here, tell him to remember to plug his laptop in.
Listen, Nick, don't forget to plug your laptop in, and I mean, you really need to plug it in and make sure that you're a pickle.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
Nick, you don't even know.
Oh, here. This is it's okay. This is one of my subscribers on YouTube. Paul, he's saying that Ray Liotta's last movie, Cocaine Bear, still think Goodfellas and Grand Theft Auto Vice City are raised top. Oh yeah, no doubt, for sure.
I mean, Goodfellas was the mecca.
Oh
really,
yeah,
for Ray Liotta. I mean, playing Henry Hill, who is still an active member of society. I mean, like how many times have Howard Stern had him on? And
I mean,
it's but Goodfellas was like pre-Sopranos,
pretty much,
and it was Sopranos.
Oh yeah,
it came down to it.
And oh man, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I haven't played that game in ages, but yeah, I know that he was the star in that. Ray Liotta. Yeah, they had a surprisingly great cast for a video game at the time. 2002. Those were simpler times.
Well,
Well, I mean, I guess because I was a kid.
I was an adult.
Yeah, I was only 10 years old. But let's see. Oh yeah, like there was like a mixture of all sorts of different subplots in this movie. Like they were like all kinds of characters that are crossing paths with each other. Ray Liotta played a crime boss who had a connection, who was involved with that cocaine that was being on that plane, had to get it back for his bosses. And he said he needs every bit of it back. And I'm like, it's a failed mission from the start because the bear has been eating it all.
Right.
And I found it funny how the bear was just going after backpacks or bags,
anything that was a bag,
anything that was like a gym bag. It went after the ambulance. It went after its bag that was in there, thinking there was cocaine inside of it, just to feed its addiction.
It was absolutely crazy.
Oh yeah, like so. He has a son who had just lost his wife, recent widower, and his buddy, who was played by O'Shea Jackson Jr., who is the son of Ice Cube, the famed rapper. Right, yeah, the rapper hip hop artist turned actor, and he's fighting off Apex Predator just like his dad did, along with Jennifer Lopez, fighting off two anacondas. I remember that movie.
That was quite some time ago.
Yeah, that was back in 1997. That was just when Ice Cube started getting more into acting.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that was
feel old.
Hey, how do you think I feel?
No, what if I feel more so? I mean, come on. I'm 48 years old.
I know, and I'm 31. I'm just all I can do is just think back to those times, the 90s. I think. Oh, here, Nick.
Uh-oh.
What's up, guys?
Hey, not much. We were just talking about the movie, talking about Ray Liotta.
Sorry, I was a couple minutes late. I had to run. Obviously, Don, I know you know already. I had to run off for a family emergency.
I know. I totally get it, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, why don't you can explain to like the
this is Nick with Hing's Network.
Things Network.
No. It just says Hings.
Like
Hings Network. Yes, that's the new name now.
Okay, yeah, okay. Now, hold on. I got to now put that in my list of crazy nicknames now.
Hey, look! I'm Pickle Nick, and I'm on Hings Network. Pickle Nick.
Yeah, what the hell? I even forgot to yell Pickle Tom.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Sarah, I take it after Jeremy's challenge. I never go to sleep. Did you see that, Don? Did you guys see
Yes,
that?
I did. Yeah, I did. Yep.
Okay,
where you look.
You haven't seen it?
And never sleep.
No, so if you didn't see Tom, so what happened was, and this has been an ongoing tradition apparently, not just from Jeremy, but from a few other folks like the other Tom McNicholas, where if we're coming back from a paranormal road trip and if I'm exhausted and I decide to take a nap in the car, somebody will take a picture of me while I'm sleeping. And now Jeremy took it one step further to make a video out of it. And apparently, I think we started some kind of challenge. We're now calling it the Paranormal Sleeping Beauty Challenge. And I posted because at one point Jeremy fell asleep, and I posted my video on the Things Network page. So gave my share to the challenge. Shut
With
up.
his mouth open. Oh man.
The actual trip, like I will say quickly though, the actual trip that we went to Colorado was just, oh my God, it was absolutely amazing. And the location that we were investigating, the Holy Cross Abbey, it's definitely a place that's not to disappoint. It was, I know for a fact I will be back at this place, and there was a lot of crazy things that happened there. A lot of
long
and the Stanley Hotel.
You know what? Unfortunately, we never got to go to the Stanley hotels we originally were hoping to because we just.
Oh man.
Well, I know. Well, we just didn't have enough
screw
time
this.
to get, and that's the same. Tom. Unfortunately, we just did not really. We did. You guys just showed me this left like at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah,
we just slept at the same time.
We also didn't get to go to Cheeseman Park either. But what we did go to another location, which was not an inspiration for any films. But we also did go to the Colorado Territorial Prison, which it is still in operation to this day, but it does have a museum to the side of the prison. At one point, Jeremy, we actually pulled into the parking lot, and we didn't realize this at first, but turned out it was actually the parking lot to the actual prison itself, like where you go in to visit.
Oh.
And I'm thinking to myself, those guards are watching us. They probably got the snipers ready.
Listen, Nick is looking for a pen pal, is what's going on in that.
Yeah, we actually turned into the actual prison parking lot. So we had to turn around, drive out of there, and then go right to where the actual museum was.
Will you be my pen pal?
Who would have guessed? Check it out. I finally got a tour of the actual territorial prison, and I'm actually locked in there permanently. It's an interesting tour. I'm surprised they're letting me use computers right now.
Oh wow!
And it's also another interesting, actually, fact about that prison. I think it's the only known. I think it's the only prison still in operation prior to Colorado statehood. So,
here, this close to being Shawshank Redemption. Oh wow!
Yeah, you're kind of right about that, Sarah.
Oh, wait, here. Today was Anthony, and yeah, it's true. I just saw that on the news. 53rd birthday, my news feed. I saw it. It'd be hilarious if he was in Cocaine Bear, and I can already picture him running from the Cocaine Bear, going, "Nice bear, nice bear." Oh man. Oh, here I just
Oh
got
my
a
God.
message. Let me respond to this message real quick.
Morgan Freeman.
Well, actually, I'm just gonna. While you're responding to this, I actually got a message. I saw Lauren was on earlier. She messaged me actually while I was on the way back home. She is currently having issues with her cervical spine. Doctors did an MRI and it looks like she had a lot of problems with it. So
Wow.
she sent me the results. She's praying that she doesn't need any type of surgery. So just give some shout outs to her just to make sure that send a prayer or two. I think she would really appreciate it, knowing that she's really hoping that she doesn't have to go through surgery again, because she already went through something like that a few months back. So
Yeah,
we just keep her in your prayers because she's gonna need them.
Oh,
back surgery is not fun at all.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, let's keep her in our prayers. So totally.
Yeah, I don't know if she's still watching, but yeah, but
you might still be watching Nick on Hing's network.
Hings now.
Hings Network.
Yeah,
that's a new network. That's a new title for a network.
That's what we're called now. We're no longer Things Network. We're called Hings Network.
Right?
Hings Network.
Because the T isn't there. Hey, look, we're here on Hings Network, and and I'm Pickle Nick, and oh, you don't know what you're talking. Hey, listen, Morty. You need to just shut up. And I'm sorry.
No, this actually is making me feel great. Especially after such a trip like this. This is awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, and what this movie really needed was I'm just picturing Mr. Mackey stepping in.
Oh my God, no.
Yep.
But that's it's marijuana, not cocaine, though.
Can it be both?
I guess it tell you, okay?
Yeah. Now, Miss Cocaine Bear, you've been doing cocaine. Cocaine's bad, okay? Cocaine is bad.
Can you imagine if he ended up pronouncing it differently like he does with marijuana? It's like, imagine if he decided to call co-chain or something like that.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Oh yeah, but yeah, this whole movie pretty much is anti-drug, Nick. It's we were just discussing earlier. This is an anti-drug PSA disguised as a horror comedy. And
well, that's not enough too. I don't know if you already brought it up or not. It already inspired another film, if you will, for Shark Week, which is called Cocaine Sharks, which I still haven't seen. Yeah,
and not only that. Not only that, they're also making a movie called Attack of the Meth Gator, and I'm just like, I know, and I'm just like, oh, come on, really? And I looked it up, thinking, and let me guess, Asylum Pictures made it, and yeah, they did.
Oh, of course, the Asylum would make it.
Yeah. It figures. Those guys have spent the last 2 decades ripping off movies, just literally any movie, any blockbuster, anything that became successful, no matter. Even they've demonstrated now with this ripping off Cocaine Bear, they're willing to rip off some of the most ridiculous movies imaginable.
Well, I can even already see also in the case with Cocaine Shark, what's even more funny, and I think I talked to you about this before, Don, was that they even go as far as to using the same font as Cocaine Bear, like you can see on the background, where it has the title Cocaine Bear. It's the same exact, but it says Cocaine Shark instead.
That's just ridiculous.
It's on Tubi. It's also on Tubi.
I mean,
you can watch it for free.
That's like, I don't know. That's like Cocaine Bear versus Sharknado. It's
Cocaine Bear means Sharknado. There you go. And oh my God, Sarah's like, we call that Thursday down south. Yeah, you might have a point there, Sarah.
I shall be right back.
All righty.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was responding to a message, but I heard it. I heard everything.
It's totally fine.
Do they have any McGruff references? Surprisingly, no. Meth Gators,
they don't have teeth. And I just read that one. We call that Thursday down south. little bit personal there, Sarah. We didn't need to know that it was called Thirsty down there. You know what? Another message too. Since you said it's an anti-drug type of film, you know, another thing that could be used as a drug. Just don't use that Gorilla Glue out there, because you know how some people
Again with the Gorilla Glue.
Well,
But,
because some people sniff, like they use glue, like they sniff it, you know, basically. So,
well, that's like almost as dumb as those people in real life who still do that thing where they put cocaine inside of balloons and then ingest it and try to transport it. And I'm like, that I'm not sure. I'm like, to this day, I'm not sure if even Oxford Dictionary has the correct word to describe just how idiotic that is.
There actually is a term for them, like the ones like that they use like to transport drugs, like in the prison system or like across borders. They're actually, I'm not sure why, but they call them mules.
Drug mules, yeah, that's right.
And they ingest them like, see, Sarah just wrote it down, a drug mule, and that's like a deadly type of transportation, because they say like, not to sound gross or anything, but they say just like literally ingesting more than 300 grams in a bag stuck inside your stomach, anything can go wrong. You can't eat, you can't shit, you can't drink nothing. Nope. It's stuck. It's permanent. I mean, unless you get it surgically removed, it's not going anywhere. And that's
surgically removed, and then you spend a lot of time in prison.
Well, not only that, too, when it's inside your stomach, too, you think to yourself, well, the stomach acid, not for this. And that your stomach acid is not designed to basically dissolve such foreign objects.
Exactly.
So that's stuck in you.
Oh yeah, and one of those things inside you bursts, you can be dead within minutes.
Yeah, definitely, because you're swallowing, and that can also block your windpipe and your breathing area. So
there's a million different ways why that can go wrong, a million different reasons why that's so dangerous. It's a terrible idea. No one like
Sarah, I've watched a lot of crime shows. That's how I know about it.
Same.
I think we all have.
Yep, same. I've watched Forensic Files. I've watched like all the top ones.
I've never watched any crime shows. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I just find it interesting how they're able to solve things. You know?
I know. I just don't know. Like
you got Columbo. Hey, pardon me. I just want to say.
I just don't know how people would want to do something like that to themselves. I mean, I know sometimes they think they're doing it for the job, but still, I just don't know what makes them want to do something like that. That's just so stupid to begin with.
Listen, one more question. I just want to say. Sorry, I was on a whole Columbo thing.
Well, let's not forget, it's not a type of drug, but don't forget there was that very first episode of Rick and Morty where they had to transfer those. What the hell were those that they had to put up in Morty's ass? Well, what was that?
Oh, I don't want them up in my ass. Listen, Morty, you need to just stop being a little bitch. And, you know, I mean, I'm just, no, Rick, I really, no, Morty.
Let me see here. What's this? Sarah's saying they can solve that, but can't cure cancer.
Wow.
Yeah, that's she's kind of true on that. Yeah.
The correct question to that, or the correct answer to that, I should say, is they can cure cancer. They won't cure cancer because there is more money in treating than there is in curing.
Yep. That's actually true.
And I can say that, like, because my father has multiple myeloma, which is a blood cancer that cannot be cured, really.
Oh, jeez.
It will never be cured. It can only be maintained. And and there's more money in the maintenance than there is in the cure.
So basically, it's like what you're saying is it's keeping it under control.
Yeah.
Yeah, my uncle Dan died from cancer. It was second worst brain cancer you could possibly get, from what I've been told. This is the same kind of cancer that killed Gene Siskel. It's same one that killed what was his name? Who went against Obama? McCain, Senator John McCain. Senator John.
Well,
McCain,
he was also at I mean, not not trying to save for that, but he was also at a pretty old age too.
Well, this type of cancer is extremely aggressive, and to this day, there's still no cure for it. When you're diagnosed, it's
No.
too
Well,
late, you know?
there
was-
is no cure
Yeah,
for it.
No, that it's like 21 years ago, and that struck it was a heavy blow to my family. It was tough on all of us. Yeah. It was,
However,
it was
there
tough on
there is a I'm trying to think of the
Is it a certain like type of term or?
no yeah
I know it's
Yeah,
like
actually
like
it is.
right off.
Like,
It's like right at the tip of your tongue.
there has been like oh my god. All right. Let's move on from this because I'm just gonna sound like
Well,
an idiot.
if you remember that word, just spit it out when you do.
I will. Anyway.
Oh, I also forgot to mention, Tom, the other day because I saw your comment when I took those pictures by the Arkansas River.
Oh, you're channeling your inner
absorbing
"This is
some of
Tom's world."
Yeah, I guess I was absorbing some of that. This is Tom's world feel to it. I should have done a video now that I'm thinking about it.
See, be like, listen, this is Nick's world, and
look, oh, what's the? Is this what it is? Because Joanne Golopop.
Go up. Wait, let me look that up. That might be it.
I've never heard of that word before.
but they do have the cures for cancer. Like there are patents for it. That's the word I was looking for. So there are patents for the different cures of different cancers, but they don't have the actual cure for them.
Right.
I mean, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Yep. I know.
But yet my dad has to go through this multiple myeloma for the rest of his life.
Ooh.
How old's your dad?
74.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Well, hey, like I said, Tom, your dad is in my prayers.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just crazy of how they've been doing that lately. I just don't understand why they just haven't made that publicly available yet. You would have expected, especially by now, it would have been out by now. But just some people are just being too damn lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, both my parents have gone through a lot of stuff recently. As I mentioned on your show weeks and weeks ago, my mom is going through shit as well, like for breathing and like breathing stuff and everything. Like,
Right.
It's not cancer by any means, but I mean, there are cures out there, but there's no money in curing stuff as far as the medical community is concerned. Like, there's more money in treating than there is curing.
This is what Joanne was talking about. Cancer of the brainstem. I don't even know how to glioblastoma. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but that's basically what it is. It's cancer of the brainstem.
Gilo?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Gilo? That's what it is? Okay, I guess I was pronouncing it wrong.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
I hope they don't extend the cocaine forest animal family.
Well, they did in the movie.
Yeah, they did. As it was.
Oh, wait, we're going back to the movie talk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, but so as we remember, the bear had we were just joking earlier about the bear having cubs, and the bear was delivering the mama bear. The bear turned out to be female, which in real life the cocaine bear was male, but they just
she's a female. How do you know? Her vagina's on my ear.
Oh my god, even the dialogue in this is silly.
Let's see what Sarah says. If the squirrels get into it, you might not be able to tell the difference.
There's all sorts of all sorts of animals that can get to it, and and top of that, this film had all sorts of different subplots focusing on these different characters, like mom going into the preserve, that national park, to search for her daughter, who along with her friend was going into the waterfall to paint the rock wall that was in there, and And so and then we were met with this forest ranger who has the aim of a stormtrooper, because every single time the bear was attacking, whenever the bear was around, she could not nail a shot on this thing at all.
Well,
And
everybody is a piss poor shot in the movies. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be the bad guys or good guys, whatever. Like they're always a piss poor shot.
Yep. Mainly the bad guys, especially like if you like if you're holding your gun sideways, because you can't fire a gun accurately holding it sideways.
No.
Only an idiot would do that.
Right.
Just saying.
Yep, you're just saying, as always you say. Because it's been a while since I've heard you say that, actually.
Right.
And here I am. Just saying, man.
I got you.
Just saying.
Yeah. So there's another subplot where Ray Liotta is playing a crime boss who sends his son and his buddy out to retrieve all the cocaine. And there's a bunch of punk teens that were causing problems in the park. Like one of the teens had to guide them to where they found one of the bags of cocaine inside of a gazebo. And then there's the detective who is going after the source of like all the cocaine, like possibly coming across.
And he ended up on top of the gazebo.
Yeah, and I was going. Yeah, which leads me to one point. When the son and when the gangsters and the teen, when they get to the gazebo and the cop is and that detective is there first, I'm like, how the hell did he get there first? Like the guys.
Yeah, they never showed how he got on top of.
No, they
didn't.
No, they did say he did explain how he got up there though. He said he jumped from a tree, but can't get his belly back down.
Yeah, but they never showed that though.
No, I guess that would be harder. It's easier.
Maybe that was a cut in the movie.
You just got to take the guy's word for it. Oh man, but yeah. Oh wait. Oh, I forgot to close this window after I had that display.
You still had a window open on the bottom. I was wondering what that was all about.
Oh yeah, I opened a window earlier to show what the real cocaine bear looked like.
Okay.
In fact, I can have it displayed right now, Nick, if you want.
I probably have seen the picture before, but if you want to, go ahead.
Yeah, I might as well. Here, let me pull it up. They changed it. They always change its look depending on holidays, but pretty much the way you treat your Jack Skellington animatronic, Nick, they pretty much do with Cocaine Bear.
That's funny.
It's no joke. Here,
they would have done that with a bear.
Here.
Oh my God, that's insane. That is crazy.
Wow. I hope that's snow surrounding it.
I hope so too. That looks a little bit suspicious, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's either snow or flour, sugar, or baking powder.
I think
it's like Mick looking in a mirror.
Oh my God.
So I should watch Cocaine Bear and not waste my time. Oh man.
What do you got to say about that, Don? Because that's your question right there.
I think it's worth seeing just because when me and Nick first saw this movie, I was just like, I think we just discovered a gold mine of insanity here.
Yeah, it was definitely a crazy movie. I mean, I will give it that.
Yeah, and it's like we were saying, Nick, for Ray Liotta to go out on this one because he unfortunately had died about a year before this movie was released in theaters. So,
oh jeez.
Yeah. I know.
It sucks that he went out on this.
Yeah, he was an amazing actor.
Yeah, he definitely was. But this movie was not amazing.
Oh my God! See what Sarah just wrote? Looks like pillow fluff. Yeah, you know that's another thing. Hopefully, it's also pillow fluff too.
Yeah, that's more likely. Yeah, it was just. Obviously, I was joking, saying that hopefully it's not cocaine surrounding it. Oh my God! But I should mention in the beginning of the movie,
cocaine.
Yeah. So I should mention in the beginning of the film where they had that couple, Olaf and Elsa, which out of nowhere Frozen reference. But Olaf, I'm familiar with the actor who played him because he was because he was in he was in one of the best TV shows of all time, Game of Thrones. I have the characters.
He was.
Yeah, he was. He was. What was his name? Tormund Giantsbane. He had that. He had that beard and all that. Yeah, he was in Game of Thrones, and he was also in the prequel, the 2011 prequel to John Carpenter's The Thing.
Wow.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I knew he looked familiar. It's just the beard was longer in other works that he's done.
So in Game of Thrones, was he in that that episode where they just like killed everybody?
He was in the Night's Watch. He fought alongside Jon Snow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was one of the Night's Watchmen.
Wow.
Yep. And there's and we were just saying that Ice Cube's son was in this movie, Nick. Yeah, he played like the David. Yeah,
well, he was the guy that lost like the 2 fingers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I like that line where he said
did not make any sense. How the hell he lost like this finger and this finger?
Yeah, they have fingers that weren't even next to each other. That's the joke. Like, how does it? It's like, how did that happen? Who knows?
I don't. Hey.
Yeah, but I should mention in the beginning, after it showed like Elsa being killed, and then Olaf running off. That showed like these commercials that turned out to be real commercials from 1985, anti-drug commercials. One of them featured Paul Rubens as Pee Wee Herman explaining the danger of drugs, and then again, rest in peace, Paul Rubens. Yep. Yes.
And there you are, but what am I?
I didn't know you could do that voice too.
You have no idea of the plethora of voices that I have in this.
Oh, of course.
Same here. Same here. Like another Tim Burton film, Beetlejuice. I discovered recently that I can do that voice too.
Oh my god!
By just tweaking the Pennywise voice, which is like "Hiya, Georgie," and giving that a little bit of a southern, and then applying some southern accent to it,
but
and then
it's got to be brought down though.
There, and then it comes out like this, a little bit of a southern, hey, there. Listen, I can make a deal with you, okay? You want them out, okay? Come on.
You want them out of your house. I want to get them out of your house. I'm just saying.
Oh man, yeah.
Yep. See, Sarah approves of this. She says it's pretty good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your compliment.
I can't wait for the sequel.
It's showtime.
Yeah, I can't wait for the new one to come out.
Welcome to Winter Rivers.
You know what?
Winter Rivers.
What other movie?
And I just want to say, when Beetlejuice 2 comes out, it's showtime.
I cannot wait for that movie to come out. I really cannot.
You know what?
I've been watching like so many videos of like what they recorded in that little town.
Yep.
It's crazy.
You know what other movie we need to see, Don? Don't forget, because it's another movie from the late 80s, and Tom's probably going to know exactly which movie it is. We still need to get you down here so you can watch The Burbs.
I know.
Come on.
Oh my God.
You're going to bring that up.
Yeah, he still hasn't seen it.
Movie.
Oh, yeah. And, yeah, it is. From what I've heard, it's a great movie, but we will see it, yes. I was going to say, what is your favorite moment from Cocaine Bear? Both of you. What is your favorite moment?
It has to be the beginning when the dude hits his head on the... and then that cracked me up.
When Andrew Thornton had met his end? Yeah.
He just hit his head on top of the plane. He's like, oh.
Oh, yeah.
What's my favorite part? Oh man, I really don't have a clue. I'm really. Let me get back to you on that. I'll get back to you.
I can tell you one of my favorites.
Before the show's over.
Okay, I can tell you one of my favorites is when the paramedics arrive. They discover the teen with his head off, and like the park ranger had been mauled, and the bear was breaking out of the room, had it like putting like on top of the door with pinning like what was his name? Tom, the paramedic, underneath, and roaring in his face. And I'm just thinking, so the roaring must be the bear's way of saying, "Where are the picnic baskets?"
You know what? It's funny you brought that up. I guess it came back. It was that entire scene involving the paramedics. I think that was my favorite.
Where are the picnic biscuits?
Yep. And then the bear started chasing them in the ambulance, thinking that they have cocaine, like searching their duffel bag, like because that's the thing. The bear is always after duffel bags in this movie, thinking there's more cocaine to feed its addiction. And yeah, because those things were the cocaine was the bags of it were airdropped inside of a duffel bags. So and so it goes after them, like completely, and then offs the paramedics. Actually, the driver paramedic may have survived if she actually had her seatbelt on.
They were dropped off in duffel bags by the guy that hit his head in the beginning. That made me laugh. I mean, like literally, like when he went to jump out, he put his like backpack like strap on. He's like,
yeah, yeah. That's like
that just cracked me up.
Yeah, that's like that's one theory as to how the real Thornton had died, because the official report says that a chute didn't open, but that could be it. Oh, here, I would think the bear would have its intense smell, sense of smell to figure it out.
Yeah,
good point.
I mean, it's high, so I think all of your senses are just enhanced like crazy when you're on that stuff. Don't ask. No, I don't know anything about it.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait,
no.
Apparently, Nick has extensive.
Hey, you know what they say? I'm innocent until proven guilty. So I'm innocent here.
No, not in this country. You're not.
That's just a myth. That's just a myth.
In this country, you are guilty until presumed innocent.
Oh man. But oh yeah, like and I remember in the beginning after they showed the commercials, they had like the interview of the guy who discovered the Thornton's body, like in the very beginning. It turned out that interview was real too. So that's about just up until that point is about where the movie comparing to true story, where that ends, because the rest of the movie is about 95% is BS.
Wow.
Are you sure Nick is like he did stop in that cornfield? Did you see those pictures, by the way?
I did.
And here's the funny part. That was in Nebraska.
I will tell you that in my travels in the last week, because Stephanie and I we actually went on some I don't want to say local travels. Like, I mean, it was like about an hour and a half or 2 hours that we drove. And we came across some cornfields here.
Of course.
I'm just saying. It was like Children of the Corn as we were driving through it.
Don, we're going to have to cover that movie at some point.
You guys haven't done that movie yet?
Nope, not yet. He's just waiting for the right time.
Yeah, Children of the Corn. Yeah. We'll cover the original one, the one with Linda Hamilton.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'll tell you what, there
remake from 2009.
There are literally like tons of videos out there where they actually do a then and now thing.
Yep.
For Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
And you got to put those videos in there.
If you guys can see, because Jeremy made a comment on this before, because I said that picture of me where I'm like, I think this is where I get off, because we were right behind the cornfield. I don't know if you guys saw the comments afterwards. Jeremy's like, we tried to leave him, but he wouldn't go.
This is where Nick gets off.
Yeah.
Listen, we're not trying to be perverted by saying that. I'm just saying.
We actually we actually wanted to get even closer to the corn to get a picture, because since we were right in front of a cornfield. But as typical, like any farm or cornfield whatsoever, there was a barbed wire fence, and there was no way. Obviously, you could not even pay me to climb up a barbed wire fence.
And on top of that, the barbed wire fence would be at least your problems right now at that point, because past that fence is probably the owner of the property who's going to bust out the 12 gauge.
Yeah, he would get the 12 gauge out. Even though I'm at the edge, they know one way or another. And also, too, the worst part is it's not even just getting injured by that barbed wire. You can get your clothes. Those can easily tear your clothes up. So There's no way that we were going to cross that threshold. Again, you cannot pay me if it was something involving.
It gets the
barbed
hose
wire.
again unless it's blah blah blah.
Wait, what?
I said it gets the hose again unless it blah.
Oh
blah,
yeah.
blah.
Yeah.
Well, that is true. You gotta worry
It
about
puts
that
the
too.
lotion on the skin, or else it gets the
Yeah.
hose again.
Yeah.
That's one of my all-time favorite movies.
That's a great film.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God, Sarah. R.I.P. Jeremy Sleeves. He was wearing a tank top.
Oh,
They weren't torn up.
oh man. Yeah. But let's see. What else can we say about this movie? I'm trying to think.
I know it's a film that you kind of run out of ideas on.
Let's see. There was another somewhat of a subplot where the detective had got this new dog that wasn't like the kind of dog he wanted. It was like this little white dog.
Yeah.
And
like a little what the hell are they?
Lots of Otzel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of Opso.
Lots of Opso. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's where so they left it in the care of like his co-worker, but it turns out his co-worker was involved with the whole
Yeah, she was involved with Ray Liotta.
Yeah, she was. And then when the detective asked, "Is the dog being a good girl?" and Rosette, the dog, that's the dog's name, Rosette, is Rosette like being a good girl? And they're like, "Wait, who's Rosette?" And she's like, "The dog I have in the car." And Ray Liotta's like, "You left a dog in the car?" Yeah. I mean, like, but yeah, that is pretty messed up, leaving a dog in a car.
Well, yeah,
but,
he left his grandkid like watching TV too.
Oh, that's
so.
even worse. Leaving a kid unattended, like what, like well over a state away. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just like really, come on, people. And I should mention, like, about a year back, I actually did come across a dog that was inside of a car, and I'm just thinking, wait, somebody left their dog in the car? And then I looked, it turned out it was a Tesla, and Teslas had that feature where you put
Wait,
the car,
was it white?
Yeah, the Tesla you put
Because
anyway.
I mean, I swear to God, every Tesla I see is white.
They're
Probably
always
was.
white.
Yeah,
why?
It was.
I don't know. I mean,
That's racist. I'm just saying.
well, you know what? I did see a few times.
Write a complaint to Elon Musk then.
Yeah.
I you know what? That's what I'm going to do that right now. I'll be right back.
Okay. So apparently the dog was okay in the car because apparently Teslas have this what's called a dog mode where you activate it and it gives the car, the air conditioning still runs in the car. The dog is not gonna have heat exhaustion or anything. And they leave it has a notice which I saw inside the car saying, "Don't worry, my owner will be back soon. Dog mode is on." It was said something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Billy.
Well, and I'm going to say this.
Billy. We're on Tuesdays at starting at 8:30 Central Time. Just so you know, from future.
Didn't you already know that, or?
Yeah, he didn't know. He said he didn't know I was live. So
you know what? It might have been because since we weren't on last week, he probably
yeah.
He probably didn't know that we were going to be on next week instead. I mean, tonight instead.
I got you. Yep. Does the bear kill a dog? No.
Next week we're going to be reviewing the Rocky Horror Picture Show. No.
Oh God.
Actually, I do have a few ideas for next week. I've had 3 different choices. One choice would be Evil Dead 2 because because Evil Dead Rise has come out on HBO Max. So I want to keep the Evil Dead thing, keep Evil Dead movies going. Tom, you're more than welcome to join us on that as well.
Listen, I did watch Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah, you may want to hear this from him.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry. Listen, I mean, on its own, it's a great movie. You know what I mean? But I'm sorry. It's not Evil Dead. I am sorry. It's not.
Granted, the different setting was a major change, yes. But I still thought it was interesting the way it was. Let's see. Yeah, that was one idea. Evil Dead 2. Yeah, we can cover that. Another idea is The Conjuring, because it's been a while since we covered a paranormal film.
Why not do the Evil Dead, the original movie?
We did
do that one.
Okay,
we already did that one a while back.
Yep. And another idea is the original.
I can help you guys get some people from the original.
Yes,
movie.
yes.
I can help you guys get Betsy Baker and Teresa Tilly on your show.
Remember?
Yes,
Tom,
I remember that. I remember that.
I can help with that.
That
Oh,
would be
That'd be
fabulous.
amazing. That would be amazing. Absolutely would love that.
And they are awesome guests.
They are.
Really are.
I later watched the full show, and I'm not gonna lie, but after I watched them, not only just from what that one part of the show where which one was it?
Betsy Baker, when she did her
Okay,
laugh.
it wasn't only just that I love. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. After I watched it, I was clapping at the end, like, this is awesome.
Yeah, they are very awesome people, and they're very willing to do shows like this. So
That is awesome.
I can help with that.
That would be great.
Yeah, we would love that. Yeah, like we could definitely coordinate on that. Definitely, we'll figure out when we can do that. Yes.
We also need to get Don, because I brought up about this a few months ago. Tom, I don't know if you know who this guy is. You might know who he is, actually. He is a paranormal investigator, but he was also at one point a stunt actor for some of the horror films of the 80s. That guy, Rick McCallum. We got to get him on as a guest.
Oh, no.
He's actually, not only has he like been a stunt actor for some of the like classic horror films of the 80s, but also he has a really good sense of humor. I promise you, we get him on, we're gonna have fun. And he knows me really well too, so I'm a very good friend of his.
Yeah.
And
here. Don and Nick.
Oh my
is
God.
Ernest Scared Stupid, one of the movies you want to cover as well?
Oh my God.
It would be tough to cover though, because he's dead. So
yeah.
Jim
like 25 years since I've seen that film.
Yeah, Jim Varney, God rest his soul. Yeah. If he was known for Ernest and also playing Slinky in the Toy Story movies, one and the first two.
Yeah, he was huge.
And the house that they used for his house is demolished.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And I remember, I mean, he was like really huge, like back in, well, not partially, but he was, pretty much a big icon, back in the 80s and 90s.
Yep.
And they made like a full series like for Ernest. So I've honestly, I almost kind of, I haven't heard so much of that in years. I kind of forgotten about that franchise.
Yeah. So yeah, Ernest Scared Stupid. It's been ages since I saw that one, but I do remember it well.
I think they showed that movie.
Or that
They showed it around the Halloween season.
Medea movie.
Medea.
Which one? There's two of them. The two Halloween movies.
But I think it's Ernest Scared Stupid they usually show. That one I think is usually primarily shown around Halloween, and I can guarantee they're probably going to show it later this year in October.
Oh, one horror movie that's out in theaters now that I highly recommend for everybody is Talk to Me.
Talk to Me. That's what I've heard about.
That was incredible. It was terrifying. It's made by two brothers, Danny and Michael Filippo, who I'm very familiar with because they run that YouTube channel Raka Raka, which is full of intense, gory comedy, dark comedy style videos. And I was wondering for a while why they hadn't been posting on there lately, but now I know because they were working on Talk to Me. And those two insanely talented individuals, they are.
Oh, by the way, speaking of other films, very quickly, I want to also give you an update about this town. I was going to send you a link about it. And actually, Tom, you should obviously, as a fan, obviously, of the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark books, including the film, they finally have given an update on what the status is for the sequel. Cool. In spite that it's been 4 years since the first one came out, Andre Overdahl, I think if I'm saying his last name correctly, he said the film it's kind of in development hell right now. They're not giving up. It's not been abandoned. They got the script completed. They got the script ready. Now they just got to get the screenplay and storyboard ready. So a script has now been officially made. So that is guaranteed that probably within the next year or so, we will finally eventually see the sequel. But also another reason why it's taken so long, understandably, for two reasons. One, because of COVID-19, but also, and currently, as of right now, as we speak, the writers strike that's going on.
Yeah.
So that's what's kind of been putting the film on hold. But from what I've heard is Andre and the rest of the production crew, as well as even the cast, writers strike. Well, that's what I'm thinking. And I mean, basically everybody involved in the first film aren't giving up. They really want to make the sequel to Scary Stories.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, everything's pretty much in development hell right now, Nick, because of the actor strike and the writer strike. So
Yeah, it is.
like
It's because of
here,
both.
Sarah
Yep,
Sarah just
that's
mentioned
what
right here.
he was correcting me on that. The writer's
Yep.
strike.
Oh, here. Don, I wanted to say this. Was not expecting Raka to direct a movie. Could you picture movies? They're working on a sequel right now too. So yeah, like who knows what lies for them in the future. There's so much potential those guys have.
So, Billy, to answer your question, I mean, COVID-19 is not. I don't know if it will officially, as far as the pandemic. Yes, it's pretty much over, but it's still around. It's just not as
Well,
not as it's not as frequent because like a lot of people have been doing the right things, and also gotten vaccinations. That, of course, I know not everybody is all for it, but a lot of
right.
people are just doing whatever. In the end, COVID is going to basically be like another simple disease like the flu or cold. It's just something
Right.
that
Yeah.
we kind of have to accept in a way. But yeah, so the pandemic, yeah, the state of emergency, as Sarah had said, state of emergency is of COVID is over. Yes, but it's still going to be around. But the writer's strike is what's holding up a lot of films. But like I said, even during the height of the strike, Andre and the production crew and cast, they're not giving up on this. They're going to still
Right.
try to make a sequel to Scary Stories one way or another.
Oh yeah, they're picketing all over the place. Like here in Chicago, they were picketing just over a week ago. I witnessed one of those picketings right in front of the Daily Center, right by City Hall. And you know who was speaking there? Who gave a very compelling speech? Sean Astin.
Sean Astin, really?
Really?
Yep, I saw him. He was there. I saw him in person. He gave a speech basically like saying, "Oh, like we want to make sure we were able to make an honest living with what we love to do, not just for us but for our families." Saying we need to have like fair contracts. But this guy,
Yeah.
wow, he's charismatic speaker. I will say that. Sean Astin, that man.
Yeah.
I mean, some of his movies were my childhood. Like the Goonies, the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And the man he's incredible.
He is.
And I did not expect to see him there. I was just like, I was blown away. I saw his face immediately. I was just like, whoa, Sean Astin's here?
Yeah,
My God,
that's crazy.
Oh, they're doing a sequel to talk. Yep, they are. I'm telling you, Billy, they are. And it's gonna, to make it as good as the first, I would imagine to be a challenge, but it won't be impossible. And they got some pretty talented people behind it. So yeah, there's hope for it.
So let's see what else I'm trying to think
I
of.
think-
But
I think I
there's
blew-
a lot of
I
stuff
think-
we could eventually,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff we could definitely talk about, though. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, I think I just blew Tom's mind. He's off to clear his head right now.
Well, while he's clearing his head right now, I should probably also tell you, because I know some people actually have probably been wondering where she's been. I did talk to Jill earlier today.
Oh, great.
Just checking in just to see how she's been. She's doing fine. She does miss us, so she still needs time to take a break. I mean, I know at times she's been watching some of our shows through her YouTube account because she doesn't have her Facebook account anymore. But she is doing fine, but hopefully she will be back real soon. I actually did tell her, as a matter of fact, and Don, this might be something you may want to know about. I don't know what your vacation is going to look like for next year. But very quickly, the trip that I just went on, the Colorado trip, again, it was absolutely amazing. I really wish you were there for it.
I've seen Colorado. Like I've flown over it before. Like the mountains were absolutely.
Oh my
incredible.
God. The mountains, we drove, obviously. And it's like when you first enter Colorado, it's obviously completely flat land. You don't see, and not only just Colorado, that's like Western Iowa, the majority of Nebraska. And there's literally times that you don't see anything for miles. It is just nothing but flat grasslands in rural areas and farm fields.
Wow.
And of course, cornfields too.
Yeah. Here. Do you think that these breaks, the quality goes up in movies? When it comes to breaks, I can see to some extent, and I think it can. Like the quality can go up because, that's the thing. A lot of these movies tend to have like a certain amount of time when they can be made, a time frame where I've seen all kinds of movies that have to get rushed and put into the theaters as quickly as they possibly can, and not enough care goes into it, as far as I know. And because you look at filmmakers like Quentin Tarantino, he takes his time to perfect his scripts, to perfect everything he needs for any film that he's working on.
Oh
So,
yeah, he really knows what he's doing.
and because of that, his being able to take that approach, he's been able to put out huge hit after huge hit after amazingly stunning movies. Like just about everything the man does has not disappointed me.
And he has a film now. I don't remember what it was called, but it's actually currently in a time capsule. It is a movie we will never see. It's unless like we're in our hundreds. Did you know anything about that or?
Not really.
So a few years ago, he made a film which they literally made the tagline "the film that you will never see." It was a film that he was going to have, and not even he will see it himself. He witnessed, the film being in progress, but he's actually, I think it's called, oh my God, some people might know what this film is called. It's called, one second. It was called, oh my God, it's killing me, right? It's got some big names too in the film. It's
Everything good, Tom?
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. So what the
Sorry.
film is? Okay, I think I might have found it. It's hang on, sorry, I'm just it wasn't coming
Okay.
up. I had to put in the title of it, but the film that he made, again, it's got some really big names in it, but this film, and I'm not even joking, he is not going to release this film until November of 2115. I know,
He's gonna
right?
reveal them. He's gonna reveal this movie long after anyone's even alive right now.
Well, that's the whole point. It's in a time capsule right now. So
Listen, Morty, we're not going to release this
Oh,
until 2115, and I'm just saying, and
I found what it's called. They're calling it 100 years, and it's going to star John Malkovich. He's in it.
Oh, it's gonna be.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
gonna be. Hey,
that's,
wait.
considering
got
he's
it.
still alive at that point.
Wait, I've got it. It's gonna be
Oh, wait a
Kill
minute.
Bill Volume 3.
What am I saying? I'm sorry. I got the names wrong. See, I thought it was Quentin Tarantino. I got it wrong. It was
Okay.
actually It was
John
Robert
Malkovich.
Rodriguez, but
Oh.
Quentin Tarantino has worked with Robert
Yeah.
Rodriguez on several
Well,
occasions.
that's
Brian
assuming that
House.
Quentin Tarantino is alive in 2115. I mean,
It doesn't. All it says right now, because I looked it up, it's going to be an upcoming experimental science fiction film written by John Malkovich, directed by Robert Rodriguez, and it's
my name
supposed to.
is John Malkovich.
It's supposed to star an ensemble cast, and John Malkovich is one of. They're really keeping this film a secret, and even the title is, like I said, the movie you will never see. It is due to be released on November 18th of 2115.
Did you guys see that movie with John Malkovich where like people were going into his mind? Like they would go in, like it was like a John Cryer or no, not sure. What's his name was in it? Oh Christ, what was like?
My
like
God!
people were going into his mind, like they would travel into John Malkovich's mind. It was called Being John Malkovich.
Yeah,
actually,
I think I know what that is.
that was a really, really, really weird movie.
Okay, so check this out. I just found this out. Here's some more information just quickly about this film, 100 Years. Pending release, currently, the film is being kept in a high-tech safe behind bulletproof glass that will automatically open on November 28th, 2115, the day of the film's premiere. 1,000 guests from around the world, including Malkovich and Rodriguez, have received a pair of invitation tickets made of metal for the premiere, which they could hand down to their descendants. The safe in which 100 Years is kept was showcased at the 2016 Cannes Film Festival and various other cities before being returned to Cognac, France, and Louis VII cellars. And if that's on, get this, there's also a song that's called 100 Years. It's said by Louis VII Cognac to have been composed for them by Pharrell Williams and performed live once at a private party. And get this, they have promised that a recording of this song will be issued in 2117. So in addition to a movie, the song's not even going to be released for 100 years.
Christ.
That's
What?
insane.
Now, in being John Malkovich, the movie I was talking about, that was John Cusack was in that.
You know what movie that is, Doug?
And
So-
Catherine
sorry.
Kerner. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was sending a message.
So I
You're
just
not
want to go
sorry.
back to the
Yes, I am.
Sarah. Are you talking about the trailer for 100 years, or because
No.
I actually?
Oh wait, we got 5 minutes left.
Well,
Oh,
if
no.
that, I'll just answer this question quickly. If she's talking about the film 100 Years, they have made a trailer of the film, but no scenes are featuring it. It's just title cards. They're really keeping this film. That's the intention. This is the movie we will never see,
Yeah.
except for our descendants. That's it.
Yeah. Like, yeah, the Descendants will be only them being allowed to see it. Like, that's just crazy. I don't think has any filmmaker ever done anything like this.
No, they haven't. I mean, they might have done something like that. You know, like 20 or I mean, I've heard of a lot of the other filmmakers who've done that. They may wait like 20 or 30 years, but obviously not this case. And I actually kind of calculated, thinking if I made it to 2115, I'm thinking, how old would I be then? And I figured it out. I would be 122 years old.
Man,
That's close
Well,
to
Like
my
it's
age.
been that long.
well,
I'm just
that
saying.
that may have been achieved before. 120. I
It
think
had.
there was a case of somebody
Yes.
turning 122, but didn't live too long or much longer after that.
Yeah.
Obviously.
There was I know exactly
His
who
name
it is.
was This Is Tom's World. And,
No, what it is quickly was no. There actually was a real. It was a French woman who lived in France, and
French
she.
woman who lived
imagine
in
that
France.
a French woman that lived in France. I mean,
I messed
go
up.
figure.
I messed
I mean,
up on that. I messed up. It was a woman. It was a woman in France.
Eat your
Oh, my
vegetables
vegetables. I work with vegetables every day, sir. I work at a grocery store, so I work in produce every day. So no, it was a woman in France who she actually did reach the record of 122, like officially. She lived
and
and
she was
get this.
French.
Yeah.
I-
She lived from she was born in 1875 and lived till 1997. And she got to see the entire world change. Like,
she was
you
from
know,
France.
well, she did make a lot of tours. So, yeah, I know it's France, but still, she saw technology change. Like, just think about it. She lived in a time when everybody was like using horses and buggies, and the telephone, electric light, and phonograph just came out. She died at a time when we had computers, television, radio, cell phones, the first cell phones ever. And if you think about it too, not trying to get political, had she lived in the United States, I actually kind of counted. She managed to basically live in. If she lived in the United States, she would have lived about 23 presidents.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, from France.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're down to the last 3 minutes. So guys, everybody's watching. If you really want a crazy, anti-drug experience, watch Cocaine Bear. It's like they took what might have been an uninteresting story if they were like to be applied to film, if they had actually told the truth of it, like the whole, like just stuck to the true story, but they went really off the rails with it in this, like creating a fictional take on it.
A crazy fictional take on it.
Oh my god. Where basically, the whole message in this is don't give bears any drugs. It's like
100%.
Imagine that.
Yeah. It's like, okay, movie, yes, duly noted. It's like, I mean, me, I only drink socially, I don't smoke, and I stay as far away from drugs as humanly possible. So if I stay away from drugs, then you don't have to worry about me and giving bears any drugs. So you're good.
Or
Right,
just
so
another
all
way
of
of
it.
just another way to put it. Just don't do drugs because they're bad. You shouldn't be doing drugs because they're bad.
Yeah, drugs
are bad. Drugs are bad. Okay.
Oh man. Oh,
Just very quickly on the announcements, just for the other shows. I'm back tomorrow afternoon with Nick Files. I think we're going to cover more. I think I'm going back to, because there are other historic and haunted locations that I feel like really need to get more attention throughout the town of Mansfield, Ohio. So we're going to go back to covering locations in Mansfield, Ohio. This week, I believe this Thursday, to the Grave and Back with me, Lois, and Grizzly. I don't know what we're going to. I don't think I don't really know. I don't know what we're going to be talking about on Thursday. And Thursday night, I believe there is no supernatural talk because Jeremy is currently out in Kentucky, in Louisville, which, believe it or not, I was originally supposed to go down with Jeremy to Louisville, Kentucky, but I couldn't due to work and also traveling issues. And then finally,
and Nick was like sleeping in the car.
And then Friday, I don't know what we're going to be talking about on the Frighteners with me, Lois, Ian, and Bry. And also, one final announcement. This is something I think you guys should know about. Although I wasn't able to go down to Kentucky with Jeremy, I'm going to be going back on the road this weekend. I got another road trip. However, this is just going to be a one-day road trip, leaving Saturday, coming back Sunday. This time, I'm heading back to Fort Wayne, Indiana. We're meeting up with paranormal investigator and filmmaker Keith H. at the Bell Mansion, which I previously investigated earlier this year, which is a really awesome place to investigate. He's going to be filming a documentary series that he's been working on called Bourbon Spirits. He's doing an episode of the Bell Mansion, and me and Todd McNicholas are going to be a part of it. So stay tuned. There's going to be a documentary with me in it coming out real soon. So It's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know for a fact. I can say this right now. I do not know as of right now if Tom and I are going to be actually interviewed in it, but I know we're going to be in it one way or another. So, but of course, Keith, knowing that we're very good friends with him, which ironically enough, he's also from Louisville, there might be a last minute change to that. So maybe he may include us because we're very good friends with him. So a lot of exciting stuff coming up, especially this Saturday. So it's my second time I'm actually appearing in a documentary. Or third, because I made mine a couple years back. So really looking forward to it.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah. So as for this week, on my channel tomorrow, or no, sorry, not tomorrow. Thursday, we're going to be starting my gameplay live stream of Batman Arkham Knight, and starting that at 7 p.m. Central Time. Be sure to tune in for that. And next week for FearFans, I just came up with a new idea. It's been a long time since we covered a werewolf movie. So if we were to cover a werewolf movie, I'm wondering which one we should cover, because The Howling and Dog Soldiers come to mind, but so does Ginger Snaps.
The Howling, American Werewolf in London. Oh wait, no, we already covered that one. Yeah, that's right.
That's the one that we covered while I was sick with COVID.
Yep, that's the one. I remember now. Yep, I remember.
Yep. The Howling would be a good choice.
That is. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, Joe Dante.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you know what? Same director as The Burbs, which we still need to watch.
Yep. Oh, here. Sarah saying Dog Soldiers. So why don't I here's what I'm gonna do. On my Facebook, I'm gonna put down a poll for 3 werewolf movies. The Howling, Dog Soldiers, and
Lauren.
And let's see, maybe I don't know if you've seen Ginger Snaps, Nick. So maybe we'll just keep it Howling and Dog Soldiers. Yeah. So I'll let the audience decide.
Lauren, I hate to say it, but unfortunately, we're just about time. But I just got the word out, by the way, for
throw the Burbs.
Your condition with your spine. So you got prayers sent to you.
Yes, you're in prayers, Lauren.
Throw the Burbs in, even though the Burbs have nothing to do with werewolves. Throw that in there too, and I'm willing to bet most people will say the Burbs.
It's right. I'm telling you, Don, you don't know what you're missing without seeing the Burbs. And again, that's another film by Joe Dante.
Hey, I love Joe Dante's work. So if I've loved his work in the past, I'm pretty sure I'll love the Burbs. So it's just I can't come across. It's just that I can't come across it on any stream services, though. It's not on there.
Well, next time you're over here, one way or another, I'm going to show you the burps.
I'm all for it.
You have to see it.
You're very welcome, Lauren.
You're welcome, Lauren. All right, so I guess that's going to do it for this for the Fear Fans podcast for tonight. Yeah, be sure to support Things Network, Nick's channel, Tom at Tom's World, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week on here. And when we just
Sounds
for
like a threat. I don't know what she means by that, but
what
okay.
you said, by what you said.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So be sure to tune in next week as we cover. I think we're gonna aim towards a werewolf movie because I just realized it's been a while since we covered one of those, and then after that, I'll figure out maybe a paranormal film. Yeah.
And I just want to say to Lauren, by the way, since you just got in, I just made the announcements for the shows, the other shows this week, and in case because we're about to end this, I'll be back on with Nick Files tomorrow afternoon if you want to watch it.
All right. Yep. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the Fear Fans podcast next week. Good night.
Take care, everyone.
Later.